Good afternoon, thank you for watching Rundlii Gaming. We'll be doing another video. This one will be on the game called Tendryll. This kind of reminds me a lot of, at least graphically, and some of the mechanics of the game, similar to Slay the Spire, which is kind of like a deck building game where you're basically using cards to kind of do things within the game itself. In the case of this game, though, it is more of a tactical map rather than a side-by-side, like take turns fighting sort of game. So it does have some similarities to something like Slay the Spire. So if you enjoy that kind of game, this has certainly elements to it that make it fairly similar in some ways. But it does kind of do things a little bit differently, um, which I'm guessing, depending on the player, could be just kind of hit or miss as to whether or not you might prefer one, say, over the other. Let's go and start a new game. In the demo itself, you only get the choice of two characters, and I'm pretty sure this will be very easy for them to add new ones in the future as well. So the Dragoon here is kind of more of a tanky type class, a close combat knockback specialist who excels at being frontline defense. You get a lot of additional block, can do a little bit of controlling the area and do taunts and stuff. Whereas a Mystic can basically cast spells and do some things like that. So they can also give a few buffs to other people, like draw effect. So if you were to think of it, they do some defensive stuff as well as some like card draw, and then some like direct damage. And I'm sure there'll be more in the future as well. But since it's just a demo, it's still fairly early. I think according to Steam, this will hopefully be released sometime in 2023, but it doesn't kind of mention anything close to what a date might look like on that. So at the beginning here, we get to make a few different choices. So we can either give the Dragoon 10 health, start with 3 random potions, Mystic chooses 1 new uncommon card, and start with a random rare relic. A random hero is corrupted with 1 mark at the start of combat. I might go with an uncommon card on Mystic. So discard up to 3 cards from any hand, draw as many cards, then exhaust this. I mean, it'd be a good way to cycle through if you don't have stuff you can use. But 8 damage to enemies, deal 1 damage per insight. Increases the effectiveness of flash and mist. And then one of the good things about this too is it's really good about giving you information about keywords. So like in this case, insight, it'll in this case, hero draws 1 card, then it applies impact. Impact deals 3 damage on collision. Increases by 3 per knockback amount. Yeah, we're gonna do strategic wager. It's actually pretty good. So in this case, we get to choose which way we want to fight. Since we probably don't need to heal anyone, we can go for a potion. Now there's a few different things to look at whenever you're yeah, so there's a few things we kind of want to look at whenever we're doing stuff here. So one is they're always going to make an attack to whatever's usually closer. For some reason, this one is also shooting towards the Dragoon. And we also have some area as well that can sometimes also block things. So you could use this lantern, for example, to kind of, um, I guess, block ranged attacks. So what we might go ahead and do is move forward. And we're just going to hit him a few times. So in this case, we can also give 4 block to the Dragoon, because he'll probably be attacked this round. We're not within range, but we can also do a step. And we're going to go and target the one that's further away. Alright, so we're going to shoot this one, which will get flashed to another card. Okay, so in this case it actually flashed one of his cards. So we're going to move. Yeah, so we're going to do this, which will then shock him. Fortunately, we didn't really have much in the way of attacks. That's why I knock him out. Alright, let's go ahead. Oh. I'm not sure there was a way to backtrack that. I meant to charge and attack, but. Anyway. Let's just go cycle through everything. Yeah, I guess that was kind of a bad play, but. Again, buffing less of defense again. Alright, so we're gonna move this way. No, I guess I should have done that before so I can have triggered flash on that side. Yeah, we're just gonna keep pummeling. Another thing to consider as well is that things do carry over from match to match. I don't remember if the armor itself does, but I do know that like health does. Target here draws 3 cards. Go to a random adjacent tile around selected unit, gain 1 energy. It's actually not bad. So it's basically a cantrip, so I can basically use this to, instead of do a move action, I could shimmer, move to a random adjacent tile around selected unit. That could bounce me a few spaces away, and then of range 2. So this has to be range 2 from whoever the target is. But if I want to get next to, like, say, my tank, then I can shimmer over to him, gain energy back, and then do my normal stuff. Swap positions with selected unit, draw 2 cards, exhaust. Target gains full block and draws 1 card. That's a tough choice. That is a lot of block, though. For survival, we're going to grab this one. And so kind of similar to like Slay the Spire, we can basically choose which path we want to take. So if we go this way, move card reward for selected hero, choose an existing move card to replace. Card reward for random hero, and choose from offered potions. These are all just common. And so if I go down this direction now, for example, I would also get an anvil at the end of it, or an event, or the trinkets shop. I might just want to try the event. So I might go with the card. Yeah, I'm just sort of shooting at this one over here. But yeah, I guess they do keep the armor from the previous round. So that is good to know because I can also build out with a strong enough armor buff. So when I grab that 12 block like this one, I can actually start building that burst up a bit. Now we're going to increase shield. Let's just buff myself with, well, with the Mystic here. Yeah, we're just gonna buff out defense on this one. Alright, so let's go ahead and zap this one. Ah, I really gotta stop doing that. I'll give him defense. So, defense. Let's go to 1. 2. 3, maybe? It's another curious question is, can I, no. That charge effect is pretty nice though, because it basically gives you the move and the attack and the same thing. Lose 3 health, gain 1 energy, draw 2 cards. No, I'm good on that one. Deals 8 damage, draw 1 card, hurdle boulder. Which is range 2. Provides 7 block to self and adjacent. Yeah, that's pretty good. Alright, so now we're going to the event. So let's actually upgrade a Mystic card. 14 block and 2 cards. Oh, that gets rid of the exhaust. That's actually nice. Yeah, let's actually accept that. I'm a big fan in general of having the ability to kind of go through the deck a little bit quicker. What additional card to choose from? Heal. Draw 3 cards from it. Yeah, I'm not sure what this will be. Okay, 3. I get rid of this, or I get rid of that. We're gonna probably go ahead and zap this one. And punch this one. And then 7 defense all around. Pretty decent turn. Alright, so we do need to drop something here. So let's reinforce him. And I can't really. Okay, I guess I can do that. Alright, let's throw some more block out. We'll eliminate that one. Huh. So obviously there are some misplays going on here, but as I'm also kind of learning some of the mechanics of it, I was hoping that you can actually charge a little further than that, but I guess you can move up to 1 space and then hit. But if you try to go 2 spaces, you won't be able to get the attack load up. So I'm not intentionally trying to play bad. It's just how things are going. Absorbs ranged. Absorbs ranged. move both of those out. Enter. And then punch it. Sadly, cannot hit anything within range. Fortunately, there's a bunch of noise there a minute ago. But, alright. So, yeah, one of the issues I'm running into here is that the Mystic really can't get super close very quickly. It just takes a little while to move across because Mystic tends to move a little bit slower. I don't actually need to move, so we're going to do this, and then we're just going to slam him into the wall. And since I'm not close enough to actually attack, which is up. Alright, so it gives us a little bit more damage. Then block. Alright, so we're going to move in and destroy him. Okay, gold fleet. Target hero chooses a move card for its combat energy cost is 0 this turn. Choose a card. Targets lose 4 power this turn. Exhaust. Because if we end up getting a bunch of projectiles, this looks like it could be very powerful. I mean, still 11 damage is pretty significant in itself. Oh, that's a max range infinite as well. That's pretty neat. We might actually just... Oh, that's not what I want to do. But yeah, I think we're going to try to go for a heal. Because we're getting a little bit lower in health. Well, I think that game was pretty much the same thing. So being that I think he's going to be the one that's actually taking damages from him, let's go ahead and just buff him out. Oh, I guess he's a melee unit. I thought they were both going to shoot. Um, Alright, so we at least have some defenses set up. Yeah, let's defend out. And 3 damage. Okay, so before we do anything, let's go ahead and discard some stuff. So 1, 2, 3. Alright, so we'll do that one. Move up. So I think what we want to do is cloud first. Then move out of the blast, and then defend. I think this is the direction that, yeah. So damage, protect. Oh. Yeah, let's move the space back. And let's just lumber in. Oh, it's not even full health, that's just a little bit of health. That's not nearly as good. Deal 9 damage and 3 knockback. And I'm pretty sure every time you get knocked back into something, you also take additional damage. So that could be a pretty big swing of damage. 3 damage and collision increases by. Okay. Yeah, we'll try that one. So, yeah, that's that. I might call the video on this one to here for now. Next video should go through this choice here, and then we'll play through some more stuff. As I said, it does have some similarities, both like artwork style as well as some other kind of choices in the game, as something like Slay the Spire does. It does have a little bit different of a take on how the deck works in conjunction with how the game itself is run. So instead of going like a side by side like Final Fantasy style combat, it's more of a Final Fantasy Tactics style, you know, fight your way through sort of thing. Otherwise, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching Rundlii Gaming. Wonderful day.